What is up, geeks? So today we have a special Star Wars vintage review, and this is the Power of the Force Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi electronic lightsaber, and it was made in 1995 by Kenner. And as you may know, Kenner has been closed for a while now. It was under Hasbro, but around the year 2000 that line ceased to exist. But this lightsaber has been almost, or actually more than 20 years old, and it still works fine. So we'll get into all the details, a close-up of the lightsaber, and of course, like always, I'll have a demo at the end of the video, so please stick around for that. I am starting this new style of fighting with this with lightsabers, so please check that out. So anyway, let's take a look at the saber lit up, because I know that's what you guys have been waiting for. And of course, we'll have that with the lights on and the lights off. Alright guys, so let's first take a close look at the lightsaber. Now, just understand there's been some wear and tear over the 20 years that I've had this saber, but it is in pretty good condition considering that. So we have basically a very large version of Luke's hilt here. So Luke's hilt should probably just go up to here, but this one is very large. Now the blade itself is actually the standard blade size, but for whatever reason the hilt is extremely long, about a third longer than the standard hilt. Now you have the ignition box right here. Now if you guys are all into canon with lightsabers and stuff, the actual ignition would be on the side. If you check out my other review of Luke Skywalker's Ultimate Effects saber, I'll put that in the upper right hand corner of the screen. You can check that out. One of those green buttons, or one of those triangle buttons on the side, would actually activate the saber. Just a little, FYI if you didn't know. But otherwise, it's pretty standard. I mean, it has the brown here at the choke point. It has, those edges here where you can grip pretty well. It really does help with the grip. The choke point's very comfortable. And there's a bit of there's another choke point here right under this one, but I actually feel more comfortable holding here. So if you guys don't understand what I mean by a choke point, that's just a place that you can hold the saber, and it actually helps you a lot with spinning it because it just sits at the groove of your hand. So that looks pretty good. The emitter is fairly large as well. You can see that. And here at the base of the hilt, at the pommel, you have the speaker, so that's where the sound comes out of course. And if you're wondering where do you put the battery for this and what kind of batteries does it run on, it's right here. So usually, if anything, you would remove the pommel with modern day sabers, or there'd be a screw here, with your Ultimate Effects sabers, and you take that out, put 3 AA batteries. But here, you just unscrew it from the top, and here you can see this runs on C batteries, 2 C batteries, okay? And it makes it a bit heavier, but this hilt is still relatively, relatively light. Now, the thing is, this is an electronic lightsaber, and for those who do not know yet, or if you're new to the channel, I'm not a huge fan of electronic lightsabers. Now, it does mix the fact that you can duel with these sabers without any problems, because the light and whatever mechanics that you have is over here and not here, not getting damaged. Whatever's getting damaged is the plastic right here, and it does have that telescoping effect, so you can fling it out, and it has that's pretty cool too. But I mean, I'm just not a huge fan of that. I like to either have a basic saber that's just a telescoping effect. When I mean by that, it's collapsible. And also, I'd rather have just, a pure electronic lightsaber with LEDs and stuff like that. But this is a hybrid of the two, and this is actually the first type of saber to ever come out. You had the telescoping sabers, and then, of course, you had the electronic lightsabers like this one. So, it telescopes, you just gotta, push it in, and it's not too hard. If you do need help, you can like push it on the ground. Now, one of the reasons I really don't like electronic lightsabers, which I should have explained, was the idea that it can't collapse fully. So that's why I like a fully collapsible saber, or one that doesn't collapse at all, because, you know, it just makes more sense for me. But this one, you have the electronics in it, and that's the reason why you can't fully collapse the saber. So if you want to, you know, the shortest that this will ever go is like this, and that looks really weird carrying around, for me at least. But some people, I guess, don't really care about that. But this is the shortest that it can get as far as the blade. So you just fling it back out, then you got the full saber. So that basically does it for design wise. I mean, I do like the design. It is very comfortable. The weight's very good too, right here at the choke point. And so, I mean, it's fun to play with, fun to duel with. Now, the next part I'm going to get into is the brightness of the blade. Now, when I light this up, another thing about electronic lightsabers is that they're not bright at all. So all the light is coming from the hilt, and it doesn't really look that bright at all. You know, like, the brightest parts of the blade, let me turn this off first. The brightest parts of the blade are the separations, you know, where it telescopes, because the light is reflecting off those little pieces. And so it kind of looks weird. It kind of looks like the light is not dispersed evenly. So just take a close look at that. As you can see, the parts where it collapses is where it's the brightest. You can see like circles in there. Otherwise, it's pretty invisible. You can't really see the light at all. I mean, it has to be pitch black in the room for you to see it, and even then, it's not a full blade. Not like an LED blade, not like the Ultimate Effects or the Force Effects. So let me get into the sounds. You have the standard humming noise, which is pretty good. Now, if you were to move it around a lot, it's just a standard humming noise. It's not gonna affect with movement. It's not gonna be, what I should say, it's not gonna be changed with movement. You know, it's just standard humming. So no matter how many times you spin it, it will still sound the same. But it does have the clashing sound. So if I hit it on the ground, and it even has the standard clashing sound, so it's not any different every time you hit it, if you noticed. And so the ignition, and then closing the saber, that's how it sounds. It's very staticky. It sounds a bit muffled as well. It's not that loud. But this was, you know, the best that we got in the year 1995. So I still appreciate the saber a lot. I love this saber. It's one of my favorites just because of how many times I've played with this, how much history is in this saber. It's really awesome. So that is my review, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the fact that it was a vintage review, and if you guys want more vintage reviews, please let me know. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you want more Star Wars vintage reviews or vintage reviews in general. So guys, as always, at the end of this video, there will be a poll question. And of course, guys, if you want to send mail to me, I do have a P.O. box now. And you can get that information in the description. And if you guys are new to this channel, please subscribe. And please check out the rest of my videos. I do have a lot of Star Wars, Marvel, and DC reviews. I'm a huge geek, guys. So I always have new videos every week as well. So until next time, until I post a new video or talk to you guys on my Facebook page, embrace, express, and enjoy yourself. May the Force be with you always, my young Padawan.